much longer after that? Buccaneers GM Jason Light said of Brady on the Rich Eisen show, quote, "I told him if he wants to play until he's 50 and he's still playing and he feels like he can still play, then he can play until he's 50. Shannon, can you see Brady playing until he's 50? I can't even believe I'm asking.
No, I do not see Brady play until he's 50, but Skip, the Buccaneers are saying all the right things. They're saying all the things that Tom wants them to say and want to hear. Tom will allow you to play as long as you want to play and you feel you can play at a very high level and you can protect yourself. We'll let you play. That's something Coach Belichick never did, Skip, in 20-plus years. Coach Belichick's like, I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm worried about the next game. And so Coach Belichick was really never, even though, Skip, you remember Tom Brady was talking about playing to 45. Hell, when damn near when he was 35, 36. Coach Belichick says, I'm not worried about that. You know, I'm getting ready. I'm preparing for a game. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have figured this thing out, Skip. The greater the athlete, the greater the ego. What can I do to appease him? What can I do to stroke his ego? What can I do to make Tom Brady say that, Tom, we want to make sure you're happy. We want you to understand that we appreciate you. How long you want to play? Man, Tom can play till he's 50 if that's when he wants to play. Sure, no problem. And Tom loves hearing that. He says, you know what? I got somebody in my corner. As long as I'm playing at a high level, long as I can protect myself, I'm healthy, no problem. But Tom said, Skip, you know, Tom in a statement says, you know, he's struggling. And a lot of athletes struggle. You've been around a lot of athletes that struggle, Skip, because Tom Brady has been doing this. Tom Brady has had to prepare for football for 35-plus years. Now, Skip, when you remove that, what do I do with that 5 hours of film study? Skip, what did I do with that today? What do I do with the 2 hours of practice? What do I do with the other 7, 8 hours of meeting time? That's gone. So, Skip, 12 hours, 13, 14 hours of my day that I spent over the last 25, 30 years preparing for something is now gone. And Tom is coming to the realization, I might play till I don't believe he's going to play till he's 50. But he says, even if I do play till he's 50, I can't play this forever. Then what do I do? Skip, he doesn't really have any hobbies. He doesn't want to sit around at a desk and talk football. He don't want to do what Troy and Tony Romo does. He don't want to analyze football in that aspect. So he's saying, what the hell am I going to do in a 24 hours a day when normally 15 of those hours are spoken for? So now, who gets to speak for that 15 hours? Giselle's raising her hand. Me? I'll take 7 of it. Skip, the kids say, hey, Dad, over here. We can go to the park now. I'll take some of it. And then Tom is like, but damn, football has been such a big part of his life, Skip, and a lot of athletes suffer with that. And for me, Skip, I didn't miss the games. I didn't miss being competitive. I'm a competitive sucker, but I didn't miss that. I missed the guys. Skip, I miss being in the locker room. I miss the bus rides. I miss being on the plane. I miss stretching and we telling jokes and laughing. I damn sure, you know I didn't miss the meetings. That was the one thing that drove me away with the meeting. Tom loves the meetings. That's the difference between he and I. And so, Skip, I think that's what he's struggling with. What the hell am I going to do in a 24-hour day when for the last 25, 30 years, 15 of those hours were spoken for with football?
So, Shannon Sharp, this was yet another story that last night made me LOL because I immediately thought of you because I immediately thought of the man who didn't think Tom Brady would play past 40, let alone 50. And now he has tortured you for each year that we have been on together here on Undisputed starting September 6th of 2016. It's 5 straight years of Shannon Sharp saying, that's it, in decline, go home, it's enough. And it's not just you, it's Eric Dickerson here on our show. It's many of the Hall of Fame athletes say, okay, that's enough. Because you can't wrap your brain around a man playing at this high a level at age 43. He just won another Super Bowl, his 7th at age 43. I believe he's going to win his 8th at age 44. We'll talk about how easy the Tampa schedule is in a few minutes here on the show. But the point is that you're right. Tom Brady is going to go as long as he can go, sort of as long as his heart will let him go, because his desire is still high. He is still jumping out of bed every morning to study tape. It's what drove you away is what keeps him in the game because he loves it. He's obsessed with breaking down film, seeing how he can exploit whatever weakness he can see that others can't see on tape. And because of that, because of what you pointed out, that he has some fear. He says, I'm a little fearful of it ending because he's not sure what he's going to do with his competitive self when it ends. Because, yeah, he likes golf, but he doesn't love golf. It has a time and a place in the offseason, but it doesn't have a place during the season. He doesn't want to obsess with it the way your big brother Sterling just lives for golf. And Tony Romo, I believe, lives for golf. He scratches his competitive itch on the golf course because I believe Tony actually prioritized golf over football. I think Tony would have been happier being a professional golfer than a professional football player. That's not Tom Brady. And yet, the beauty of Tom Brady's sort of second life in Tampa is that for all those years in New England, the chip on his shoulder was number 199. He was a 6th-round pick, just the way you were a 7th-round pick. But he wore that badge of honor. I was a 6th-round pick all through those years in New England. And all of a sudden, the irony here is that his biggest supporter in New England became his biggest motivator in Tampa. And I'm talking about his daddy, Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft obviously treated Tommy like a son, but in the end, he chose Coach Belichick. He rejected Tom Brady. So now Tom's new badge of honor is, I'm a New England reject. And he's going to try to prove Daddy wronger and wronger and wronger in Tampa. So he's got that going for him. His fuse is relit. And I think it was a beautiful thing. I think he needed this to continue on. And he's obviously got a very good team. They've got everybody coming back. Why wouldn't he go on? It wouldn't shock me at all if he's playing when he's 50 years old. I also believe what his father said a few years back to the New York Times, which was, I'm talking about his real father, Tom
Brady Sr.
He said that I'm afraid they're going to have to put a straitjacket on Tommy and drag him off the field in the end. That may be true, but he's still playing at a high level. And Jason Light's quote was, as long as he wants to play and he's playing the way he's playing now, who am I to say he shouldn't play until 50? Because they would be delighted if he could still play at that level at age 50.
Right, Skip. You hear a lot of guys says, I'm going to play until the wheels fall off. Well, Julian Edelman, the wheels actually fell off. With Tom Brady's like, hey, I just put a new set of tires on, so my wheels are going good. Skip, he seems rejuvenated because I think the monotony and the grind of being in New England and the way they did things, it was always dreary. Yes, winning. But, Skip, he's like, you know what? And he said this, Skip, there are other ways that you can win. You can win and have fun. And for the longest time, the only fun that he associated with was winning. But he said, you know what? Practice can be fun. Being the bus rides can be fun. We can have fun, go out, do our job, and win, and it'd be a pleasant place to come to. See, the difference with Tony Romo, Skip, even though now he gets to do golf as much as he wants, but he still breaks down film, which keeps him close to the game.
I agree.
I don't believe Tom Brady wants to do that.
I don't either.
Tom wants to break down film to see how I can expose the defense. How can I carve up this defense on Sunday or Monday and put my team in a position to win? Tony Romo gets his feel by breaking down film and telling people what he believes is going to happen before the play actually happens. So when you've done something for an extremely period of time, Skip, it's hard to all of a sudden say, you know what, I'm not doing that anymore. Be it doctor, be it whatever the profession is. Obviously, football, Skip, you've been doing football. Tom probably been playing since he's, what, 9 or 10? So he's always prepared for something in the fall. He did that in high school. He did it in college. Now he's going into year 22. And then all of a sudden, he's going to do that. And he's like, well, what am I going to do for the next 20-plus years? That itch was